The Biden administration is rolling out a new restriction that will largely block migrants who traveled through other countries from applying for asylum here in the U.S. It is the Biden administration's most restrictive regulation yet on asylum seekers, could affect tens of thousands of migrants. Also reminiscent, we should note, of a Trump-era policy at the southern border.
CNN White House reporter Priscilla Alvarez joins us now live from the White House. So Priscilla, what more are you learning?
Well, this really underscores the concern within the White House about what is to come in the next few months as they wrestle with mass migration in the Western Hemisphere. So they're rolling out this asylum rule that would essentially limit access to asylum in the U.S., marking a decades-long or a departure from decades-long protocol. So what's different here? U.S. law right now allows migrants on U.S. soil the right to request asylum. The difference now would be that there would be a presumption of asylum ineligibility, meaning that if migrants cross through multiple countries, as they often do, and did not seek refuge in those countries, they will not be able to do so in the United States. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule. For example, if someone is denied refuge in another country, but it is still a marked difference from where we have been before and has received fierce criticism from immigrant advocates and Democratic lawmakers who say that this is really reminiscent of Trump-era policies. Now, administration officials have rejected that comparison. They said it is not a categorical ban on asylum. And one administration official did concede, quote, "This was not our first preference or even our second. Their goal here is to push migrants to apply for legal pathways to the United States from where they are instead of having them journey to the U.S.-Mexico border." But the urgency here is important. And the timeline they're looking at is May for this to take effect. It first has to go through a public comment period. And the reason that they're looking at that month is because that COVID-era Trump restriction that we've talked about so many times, known as Title 42, that allows authorities to turn migrants away at the U.S.-Mexico border, that's going to end in May, although, of course, it's part of ongoing litigation. But that's the timeline they're focused on, and that's when they anticipate this would take effect, and it's one of the measures that they need.
So just quickly, so if there's a presumption of ineligibility, does that mean the asylum seekers would not be allowed into the states while they await their cases to be adjudicated?
Right. When they request that asylum at the border, just because they passed through other countries and didn't seek refuge there, they wouldn't be able to continue on into the U.S.